Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, the Infinite Warfare beta actually was released, and sadly, right now we are currently experiencing some unfortunate with the servers that we are not able to log on due to the servers just not being, I guess, there. But I'm gonna be showing you guys the weaponry and some cool things in this game. So let's go right into it. And before we show the weapons off, I just want to acknowledge the camos. Now I seen this and I was like, okay, the camos are gonna be pretty basic. We're not gonna get anything cool from this. I was wrong. All right, so these are the base camos, and some of them are pretty cool. I definitely like the whiteout camo and the coral mesh. But listen. You got armory camos, and now these armory camos are pretty sick. You got the neon tiger, you got the stud, you got the anodized, which is reminds me of that. I forgot what the camo is in Ghost that was so rare to get, which I was actually fortunate enough to have. And then you also got tactical pink, psychedelic, and then also silver falcon, which is actually pretty cool. I just want to shout that out real quick. That some of the camos are really cool, and I'm definitely going to represent that on my gun. Now going on to the actual weapons. We got some, classic guns coming back, or just renamed, and of course we got some new weapons, so I'm going to show you that real quick. You got the NV4, which is actually the M4A1 from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, always a good weapon to use. Then you got the R3K, which is basically Type 95 from Modern Warfare 3. You got the K-Bar 32, which is actually a new gun, which I actually haven't seen before, and I really want to use just to see how it pans out, and how it's used in multiplayer. Which reminds me a lot of the FMG from Modern Warfare 3. It's a machine gun pistols, but this one's actually an auto rifle, and it's an akimbo auto pistol mode. But I'm pretty sure if you craft it, it can actually turn into some kind of like beast of a weapon. And I don't know how it's gonna work. It says akimbo auto pistol, so I don't know how it's gonna work. I mean, why is it in the assault rifle class? But that's gonna be interesting to see. Then you also got the Volk, the iconic, the AKA AK47. That's kind of like a tongue twister right there, just saying the AKA AK47. So far, we had some kind of variation of the AK in all the Call of Duties except for the games that were set in the World War era, just because the AK wasn't invented during that time. And it's kind of good to see the AK coming back and stay in the game still. Then we're going on to the SMGs. You got the E-Red, which is really cool. It's a new SMG that we've never actually seen before. It actually looks really cool. Almost looks like a laser at the front of that. Then you got the FHR-40, which is the P90. Then you got the Karma 45, which is the Vector. Now, if you guys don't remember the Vector was always really good. And obviously one of the downsides was lower magazines. Now, if you guys read this real quick, it says built-in dual magazine. So that means the ammo capacity is going to be, basically double. So I'm assuming if it's going to be like the 30 that wasn't like the previous games, it's probably going to be bumped up to about 60 or 90 just to see how it goes. But that's pretty cool that they brought the Vector back and dual magazine, so that's going to be crazy. Then you got the RPR Evo, which reminds me a lot of the MTAR-21 from Modern Warfare 2. It was a machine gun, or a submachine gun. That was actually one of my favorites in Modern Warfare 2. And then you have the HVR, which is the MP5K, or also known as the Cuda from Black Ops 3, which is always a good weapon. I definitely like it just because it has blue, and I've always been a fan. And I've always been a fan of the MP5K from the start. Then we're going on to LMGs. You get the RAR. Yes, the RAR. That's the name of it. I'm gonna put a random name up for it. So RAR stands for really awesome weapon. Obviously, I just made that up. That's what I'm gonna name it from now on. Really awesome weapon. Then you got the Mauler, the Big Daddy Mauler. Obviously, there's always this big hulking MLG or LMG. I almost called it MLG. LMG in every single game. So this basically represents the M60 from the other games. Then you got the Titan, which actually looks like it's a gun straight from Titanfall that the mechs would use on their Titans, which is pretty cool. I mean, look at the magazine size, the barrel, and the scope. I mean, those are massive. We're moving on to snipers now. All the snipers actually remind me a lot of the Intervention and the Remington RS sniper from Modern Warfare 3. So this one's the KBS longbow, reminds me of the Intervention. It's a bolt action ballistic fire weapon, so it's probably the one that the hardcore snipers would probably use a lot. Then you got the EBR 800, which reminds me a lot of the Remington RS 8 sniper. And this also turns into an assault rifle, by the way, so that's pretty cool. And then you also got the Widowmaker. I love this gun just simply because it says Widowmaker. Once again, if you guys don't know, I love Overwatch, and I like Widowmaker. And it looks like another intervention, but it's a 2-round burst. And I really don't know how this is going to work into the game. I want to see how it works in multiplayer, because we've had burst sniper rifles before, but I don't think we've ever had a burst bolt action sniper rifle. So I want to see how that works, to see if it's viable or if it's going to be really slow and bad. I don't know. That'd be something, you know, to test out, something fun to use. Then of course you got the DMR-1, which looks like one of those old snipers that you've seen from like World War One. I mean, look at it. It has like the beat up wood and stuff. So I don't know what this one's gonna be like too much of it. Obviously, it's a semi-auto ballistic rifle, so that's kind of cool to see. Moving on to shotguns, you got the Reaver. This reminds me of the KRM from Black Ops 2. It had a cylinder barrel to basically revolve the shotgun shells so you could fire it faster. Then you got the Banshee, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be basically the same shotgun from Black Ops 3. Then you got the DCM-8, which does not look like a shotgun, but it is a shotgun. It's a high-capacity power cell shotgun, which is going to shoot out lasers, but it looks a lot like a launcher. And then you got the RAC-9, which is a pump-action shotgun, which I'm always a huge fan of pump-action shotguns, and this reminds me a lot of the Stakeout, so I'm going to be using this a lot. Then also, the coolest thing about Infinite Warfare is the classic weapons that returned. So you got the OSA, or the OSA, which is the ARX-160 from Ghost or Advanced Warfare. Then you got the MACTOV 45, which is the UMP-45 from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Those are, I'm so glad they brought this back. I mean, to me, this is like, I don't know. It's good to see this in a Infinity Ward game. I'm glad they brought it back. Then of course you got the TF-141, which is actually the intervention this time, which is kind of funny to say that, even though the other ones look like the intervention. Then you got the S Ravage, which is a SPAS 12, also paying homage to Sandy Ravage, a very legendary YouTuber, which I actually used to watch back in the day. Then also the M1 Carbine. I'm pretty sure this is also paying homage to one of the original Call of Duties, like Call of Duty 1 and 2, that Infinity Ward worked on, and it's probably going to represent the M1 Grand or the Carbine or whatever. But that's pretty cool, and that's what they have. Obviously, they have the pistols, the EMC, the Ani, the Kendall 44, and also the Hailstorm, which is actually really cool that they brought the 44 Magnum back. Obviously, launchers, combat knife, and then the G18. If you guys don't remember, the G18s are pretty much the strongest pistols in Modern Warfare 2, so I'm kind of glad they brought that back, just because it's going to bring back some memories. But that's it, guys. If you guys are interested in seeing some Infinite Warfare gameplay, make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel, because I'm definitely going to be bringing you guys that. One, the servers are back up, but I just want to give you guys a rundown of what the class ups look like, just to give you guys a idea of what Infinite Warfare is going to look like. Once again, guys, if you guys are interested in Infinite Warfare beta or Infinite Warfare gameplay, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later.